ActionSA has fired its former KZN leader, Dr Makhosi Khoza, accusing her of causing disunity and bringing the party into disrepute. She was also found guilty of conniving with expelled Soweto members to bring down party leader Herman Mashaba. Joining us now for more on the story is the party's national chair, Michael Beaumont, in Johannesburg. Michael, thanks very much indeed for your time. I want to get to the reasons behind Makhosi Khoza's expulsion from ActionSA in just a moment. But let me say this, when reaching out to her this morning for reaction to the statement from ActionSA, she says it's the first she's hearing of the fact that she's been expelled from the party.
Yes, well, good morning, Michelle. That is indeed very unusual in the sense that after the Senate met yesterday evening, I myself sent written correspondence to Dr Khoza and her attorneys, informing her of the Senate's decision taken last night. So there's no reason why she shouldn't be informed.
All right, so let's get to the reasons behind this termination, Michael. Bringing the party into disrepute, causing disunity. Give us specifics.
Sure. So, I think South Africans will have seen a number of public outbursts in the month of January in which Dr Khoza made a number of choice statements about ActionSA and its role in South Africa as a political party. And the view of the party was that these were serious issues of bringing the party into disrepute and tarnishing the image of the organization, which is one thing. But I think when, lines were particularly crossed was during the course of the investigation, when written correspondence is identified between Dr Khoza and former members in Soweto who have been expelled for trying to destabilize the organization. And that communication is, quote unquote, to deal with Herman Mashaba, then I think lines have been crossed, and in all reality, no organization can be expected to retain such an individual in their ranks. What
was the response from Dr Makhosi Khoza when all of this evidence was put before her during this disciplinary process?
Sure. Well, it was obviously a very extended process. I think it took place over 3 or 4 days. And obviously Dr Khoza presented her opinions on a number of things. But one of the things that is noted in the 24-page disciplinary panel recommendation to our Senate is that in the course of her presentations, Dr Khoza did not produce any evidence or refute any of the allegations that have been put on the table by ActionSA and by our evidence.
What happens now, Michael, just in terms of, what this means for a political party like ActionSA? Still in the early days, arguably, of its existence, making inroads, though, insofar as elections are concerned, its membership is concerned. Does this cause instability within the party, the likes of which we've seen in other political parties, specifically in the opposition space?
Well, actually, Michelle, I take a different point of view, because I think the instability that you have seen in other new political parties in the past has been because of their failure of internal institutions to address complex issues like this. What we have here is a dynamic where ActionSA, as an organization a little over 1 year old, has been able to use its internal institutions to run a disciplinary process, to run a very credible process chaired by an acting judge. And in that process, we have come to an outcome in a matter of 2 months. And I really think political parties will never be in a position to be able to guarantee the action of their members. What they can only do is guarantee that they will act decisively when they need to.
Herman Mashaba, his response to the kinds of evidence that was led during this disciplinary action, Michael?
Well, I think he was shocked. I think he could not understand why an individual in Dr Khoza's seniority in the party would elect to behave in the manner that she did. And particularly odd when you have people involved in building the organization who then behave in such a manner as to try and break it down. It becomes very difficult to understand. But I think, frankly, when all of this took place around mid-January, the decision was clear that this had to be dealt with, and it had to be dealt with decisively.
Is there a process now where Makhosi Khoza can appeal the decision that's been made here?
No, ActionSA doesn't make any provisions within its internal processes for appeal, as of course is the case in South Africa for all individuals. That right exists in an individual's ability to go on review to the High Court. but we do not have an internal appeal mechanism within our party.
And of course, the response from Makhosi Khoza is one that we're still trying to gauge here on the AM report. But Michael Beaumont, let me thank you for your time this morning, for coming on this developing story. ActionSA's national chairperson, Michael Beaumont, joining us there via our video link in Johannesburg. It is news just in for you this morning. ActionSA firing its former KZN leader, that's Dr Makhosi Khoza, accusing her of a number of things, including disunity, bringing the party into disrepute. She's also been found guilty, according to this statement from ActionSA, of conniving with expelled Soweto members to bring down party leader Herman Mashaba. That's a developing story that we're tracking for you here on the program. When we first reached out to Dr Makhosi Khoza this morning to get her response to this statement from ActionSA, she was shocked, saying that she's learning from it from Newzroom Afrika. Michael Beaumont, the party's national chairperson there, telling us he's confused by that reaction because she was alerted to the decision by this organization, by ActionSA and its disciplinary committee, the Ethics and Disciplinary Committee. She was alerted to that by Michael Beaumont himself just last night.